Hello everyone and welcome to the Smashi Business Show. Today is Wednesday, January 7, 2025 and I'm Abdul Majid Awan.
And I'm Richard Fitzgerald.
And today we have some very interesting news. Saudi Arabia opens stock market to all foreign investors in bid to boost capital inflows. Dubai basketball takes long-term view in EuroLeague debut. It's a very interesting interview. We'll talk about it, how it coincides with business. And Kayali has launched Kayali Cares with a $250,000 donation for Sudan relief. Business CSR activities, why are they important? We'll discuss that. But first of all, one of the biggest events, 3.5 billion in total followers with creators. All these guys coming this Friday at 1 billion followers summit. Rich, you've been to the event?
Yeah, 1 billion followers summit is like a flagship event for visionaries and New Media Academy, and basically it's strategic for Dubai Media Office and Dubai government to attract creators that live in the city. They have what they call Creators HQ, which is an office. It's a co-working space in Emirates Towers near GIFC, and essentially they've got people running different entities there, so videos, podcasts, different things, and a lot of creators are like you would have in the past, artists in residence. You have creators in residence, you have people who are program members. Obviously it comes with the benefits of having a visa, having a license, having a golden visa, having the ability to be a creator in Dubai and build out from that. It's very strategic to bring creators from other parts of the world, make them feel welcome here, and other Emirates and other governments see the importance in that as well. I think for a long time, nation branding would have attracted and seen the benefit of paying for celebs and influencers to be at their events. And now, why not go an extra length and get people to live here and use the city as your campus from a day to day? Wasn't it quite funny with the US, like the headline about the special visas for foreigners, that a lot of OnlyFans members were getting the headlines, and it was reported in the FT. So OnlyFans is obviously basically a porno site. It's like completely banned and illegal in this part of the world for obvious reasons. And in the so that's what the US does. The US gives visas to porn stars, whereas we give visas to proper creators.
And all the creators that you see in this region, you talk about the biggest ones, movie logs. They have a niche, they have an audience for it also, and they do good stuff. I don't think, and you come down to the lower level of the 100K and 200K ones. They have so much facilities and so much to show in Dubai. It's not just every day wake up and get ready with me. Okay, we're doing this. Dubai is doing this. Every day, Love in Dubai shares so many stories of creators sharing these things like, oh, the road has been made. So they have eyeballs in terms of smaller people. We also share stuff. When I see something interesting, you see something interesting. But I think those creators are the eyeballs for media, for the government as well. That if something good is happening, they'll highlight it. If there's a ditch, they'll tell them and quickly they'll fix it. So it's a very nice way to go about it.
Exactly, and they'll have over 15,000 people here. It's turned into a commercial vehicle. It might be making money, might not be making money, we don't know. But we're proud media partners of it with Smashi Business and Love in Dubai, and we'll be there. Ecosystems, industries needs events and meetups, whether it's crypto, fintech, business, real world fairs, and this is, business meets consumer world. There's a famous one in the US called VidCon, where, the big creators go there, the big TikTokers and things like that. And incidentally, on Thursday night is also the TikTok Creator Awards. So it's a very, very creator-led weekend in Dubai. Just like before Christmas or before New Year, it was a very football time in Dubai. But now with the sports summit and everything, but now it's very much a creator start to the year. Vegas has CES, we've got the creators. And I think anyone in this ecosystem, I met Rami Saad, who's the founder of Halo, in the mall over the weekend, and they raised $6 million at 1 billion followers summit last year. He's ex-Snapchat and ex-media agency world, so he knows both sides of the creator world as well, and they've been very successful with the sort of, as you mentioned, the sort of micro-influencers, helping them monetize, connecting them with brands on their app. And they're having an event for 150 creators on the Palm on Friday night. So it is back to back. We obviously have the headliners, Mr. Beast, Rio Ferdinand, who lives here now, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of big names per se.
Will Smith is coming. Laura Trump is there. Max Amini. Simon Squibb is there. I think he won one award last year, the $1 million award.
Yeah,
He's
it's getting
there.
so competitive in the
Yeah.
events world. Like, we're obviously work closely with a lot of events, and there's Rise Up in Egypt on the 5th of Feb. There's also SEF on the 30th to 31st of January, Sharjah Entrepreneurship, which has been around for a long time. And Will Smith was at that before, or he was at one of the Sharjah Book Fair, I think. But and Will Smith's spoken at Web Summit in Qatar, which is also coming up.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, yes, you're trying to differentiate, but you're going for the same headliners. It's like festivals passing around bands sort of thing. So, but obviously there's the grassroots, and there's, the essence of this is the content creators. And it's a nice, I love how, they've added things to it, like roundtables, like industry leaders. They've also, they have, run clubs at 7:30 in the morning in DIFC, which I used to do when I'd go to South by Southwest in the US. It was sponsored by a run, like 10, 12 years ago, right? Like, so all these like parts to activate the event, like there's gala dinners, there's this, there's that, there's all this sort of stuff. So we'll obviously be there, we'll be getting headlines, but I think it's important for every sector to have the full spectrum of the ecosystem, right? Like, you obviously need licenses, you need office spaces, you need being able to do drop shipping, you need everything, you need studios, you need podcast studios, you need the big platforms to be present, and some of the headliners here are, Google announced like a VO sort of video AI prize, and now they're running wild with Nano Banana, but then all the big guys, like the Mr. Beast's idea for 1 billion was to do 1 billion kind of acts of kindness or whatever around the world by creators. So everyone is activating their presence in a different way.
It's a $1 million prize, by the way, what Rich was talking about. It's an AI Film Award sponsored by Google Gemini. So, just make a $1 million film and win the prize.
Yeah, and Disney also are part of 1
Disney
billion as well.
There's 30,000 participants for just the $1 million award.
Already?
Oh my God. Who would watch all these movies?
Yeah, that's true. Maybe they use AI to filter through it. But Disney also, obviously, as we reported, signed a $1 billion deal with OpenAI for Sora for the use of assets. So Disney, AI, content, all the big tech, all the low tech, all the content creators, all involved.
It's basically going to be an event where you'll walk around and you'll see at least one face and you'll be like, oh, I know this person, oh, I know this person.
Yeah.
Just the logistics part, it's divided into 3 different locations, right? The Future...
Emirates Towers,
DIFC
Gate.
And the Museum of Future.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if they activated Museum of the Future last year, but it's so. But you can walk between them all. Like it's like South by Southwest, and others are spread across the city, or even, But it is 3 different locations, and traffic's a nightmare. Do not try and get parking there. I don't know how you're going to get there, but
I think take metro for DIFC.
Yeah.
Museum of Future also has a metro link, so that's also. And Emirates, all 3 of them have actually a metro link, so you can go to one of the places, and it's very nice weather, very walkable weather. Catch a friend and go there. Going to be a very interesting event. But one of the big news coming out of Saudi Arabia this morning was very interesting. Saudi Arabia has opened its stock market to all foreign investors, marking a major step in the kingdom's efforts to attract global capital into the Middle East's largest equity market. Saudi Tadawul is the biggest. The Capital Market Authority announced it has removed all qualification requirements for foreign investors, including the minimum assets under management threshold of 500 million. The move eliminates the long-standing Qualified Foreign Investor or QFI framework, and this is very interesting. Let me just quickly move.
Yeah, so obviously, what are we talking about here? Tadawul had the most listings in the region last year. It's probably the most mature and most longest standing or most capital of the capital markets in the region. We had the famous sort of Aramco listing there, 5% of Aramco, which is a couple of $1 trillion valuation over there. So, there's a retail, there's an institutional, and now there's going to be a foreign investor input into Saudi. I remember speaking to the CEO of Wheel Bank, who's obviously part of Wheel Wednesdays today here. Smashi Business, they mentioned that there was an extra fee. So that they basically were ready to go on their app that you can invest into the Saudi
Nice.
stock market. Anecdotally, I was able to trade in the Saudi stock market. How? I worked with a brokerage in Abu Dhabi, BHM Capital, one of the original sort of brokerage who had an app. And then I used my Akama, my Saudi residency.
Nice.
But imagine it took me like 6 months to get approved as an individual in Saudi to verify me as a trading investor with Saudi Akama, which is basically like Emirates ID.
Yeah.
But it took that long to be able to trade, and the app wasn't brilliant as it wasn't as UX UI friendly, and I always had to change my setting from BHM UAE to BHM International to be able to invest into Saudi and to be able to trade on like basically any of the stocks over there. But what they also have, if you have a bank account in Saudi, you can also do different types of investments over there as well. You can do IPOs and things like that. But this will definitely, all the apps that we talked about in the show yesterday, like Baraka, even Revolut and whatever, if you're able to
whatever
trade.
comes here.
Yeah.
Sarva, Thunder, the Egypt one, they're the biggest
They're
one
already
in
in
Egypt.
Saudi, yeah.
Yeah.
So you should be able, but this will allow UAE and international retail investors to invest in Saudi.
Yeah. And you had to be a qualified investor. There was a whole technical rule thing that you had to follow, and you should have at least $500 million under your assets. Then you were able to enter the market. Now you will simply enter. It opens, as Rich said, the market for retail investors like me and Rich, who would, or anyone else who just wants to buy, I think, 2 shares of Aramco, can't afford more than that kind of a situation. But it's a very nice thing. It will help the Saudi market get more money inflows in. The number that was given by the Capital Market Authority is right now foreign investors have 590 billion riyals invested in the Saudi capital markets. So obviously that number is going to simply double as soon as it opens. The Saudi market is good, I think. Aramco, good dividends. Everyone loves those dividends. So people will go in and buy those. And there's so many listings that are happening. They go up and down.
Yeah.
So there's opportunity. There's a very good opportunity for people.
Yeah, it's a very positive move, as you said, and even the Tadawul, like their trading floor, the building. I think I heard that they were rebuilding that or redesigning it and things like that. So, they've got King Abdallah Financial District over there, which is basically our version of DIFC. They have Program HQ. We might see all sorts of different dual listings. Like the flavor of the month for the last year or so were the startups going public in Saudi, like Nice One and a few others in the e-commerce space and beauty space. So we're just going to see more and more listings in Saudi because there's a lot of hot startups. Like we can do a bit of a profile on it, but there's a booking app, there's a ticket app called WeBook that want to go public. There's lots of different parts of this kind of new entertainment wider space as well. We've talked, NBC went public in Tadawul. They were private for years, and now they're sort of owned by PIF, but they're public. In the media space, SRMG are public, and obviously a lot of the sort of petrochemical companies, a lot of the energy companies like Yanbu Chemicals, and a lot of these companies are already public. So it'll give people a full. It's quite a diversified capital market.
I think Tabi waited better. They waited good enough, and now they can get
a point. Actually, like Tabi moved their HQ to go public in Saudi, and if you're public and if more people can invest in you, it's better.
And foreign investors love Tabi. They whenever they raise money, they usually get it from some of the people outside of the region also. So that's a good sign. Tamara is there. We have so many big names who are ready and they want to go. Lulu last year, it was very interesting. Lulu wanted to list in 2025 on Tadawul. They wanted dual listing, then they chose ADX, then they didn't do it last year. So I think now it's like the perfect time they can list.
Did Lulu pull back? They
Yeah.
didn't go public.
No, Lulu wanted to go public on 2.
But they went on 1.
So they only went on ADX,
Yeah,
and
but
then
they
they
went
said
public,
in 2025 first half we will go public on Tadawul because the paperwork is more difficult and takes longer time.
Yeah.
They didn't go public on Tadawul last year. The whole year we waited for it. So most probably now is the perfect time. So February 1, that's the date starting which all foreign entities and people who don't have $500 million will start investing, and 100% we'll see more IPOs coming up. There's just one number before we move on to the stories. The Saudi Capital Market Authority chairman was at an event, completely forgot his name, but he said that we have, I think, 40 IPOs which are in approval phase right now for 2026, and that's just before the start of 2026. So imagine there's going to be a lot of them.
Yeah.
The next story is very interesting, and chose it specifically because Rich was on the show today again. Dubai Basketball, very interesting interview. They said they will not throw money at the success in the EuroLeague, according to Chairman Abdullah Al Nabouda, as the club embarks on its first season in European basketball's top competition. The Dubai-based team is the first from the Middle East to compete in the EuroLeague. You can even read it, Middle East and EuroLeague, securing entry through the Adriatic League pathway in 2024.
Yeah, so they play in both leagues, the Adriatic League as well. So speaking at the Dubai World Sports Summit, Al Nabouda said the club's focus is sustainability rather than short-term glory. Obviously, it costs a lot of money to sign a lot of players over the summer. Dubai Basketball reportedly operates on one of the lowest roster budgets in the league, around 16 million euro, compared with heavyweights such as Real Madrid at 45 million euro and Panathinaikos of Greece at 37 million euro last season.
And the club's entry into the EuroLeague is part of a broader strategy to grow basketball in the UAE, where the sports is gaining momentum. Al Nabouda also said Dubai alone has 177 basketball academies with tens of thousands of young players, positioning the Emirate as a bridge between European and Middle Eastern basketball markets.
Yeah, so Dubai Basketball is privately owned by Dubai-based investment group led by Al Nabouda and is structured as a commercially driven enterprise. They've signed a lot of media partnerships, Stake, a few others as well. EuroLeague CEO Paulus Motijonas said Dubai's diverse population and global appeal make the project a inverted commas no-brainer for Europeans' basketball expansion.
And the team plays its home games at Coca-Cola Arena. Everyone knows that, drawing crowds of around 5,000 every time, and is backed by a mix of regional and international sponsors. Some of the sponsors are Omnia, the Equity Group, Dinata, Adidas, and the Dubai Department of Economy and Tourism, and brands such as Audi, Subway, Gems Education. All of these support the brand. It's very interesting that he's going for this. I think Rich would be better placed to say if this works or just throwing money on every player that you can find works. Because you've seen Dubai Basketball very closely.
Yeah, well, it depends. You know, the NBA are now launching into Europe, and it depends the future of the EuroLeague and also, like, the IP value of this, right? Like, the gentleman behind this knows sport in the UAE very well. Yeah. I think he was involved with Al Nasser Club, and, you know, some of these clubs are funded by Dubai Sports Council. They receive a budget in the high tens of millions of dirhams a year, and then they also have to receive sponsorship. So, you know, Dubai Sports Council have a new vision for sports, and they want these clubs to become viable in their own right. Yeah. And how do you be commercially viable? You can sell tickets, you can have merchandise, you can sell players, you can sell sponsorship, you can sell broadcast rights. You know, and all that goes with those commercial parts. So I think every club, franchise, or IP in any sport in Dubai and in the region is looking at all these, is all looking at being commercially viable. We often talk about the Saudi League with Al Nasser, Ronaldo, and PIF, and you know, we bring up different clubs and different franchises all the time. So it doesn't surprise me that a business person of his pedigree has said that they want to be sustainable. But also it just recognizes you have to see the commercial possibilities in your league. You know, we were broadcasting some of these games originally, and then Dubai Media Inc. signed a 5-year clean deal with them for this part of the world, but obviously the EuroLeague is streamed in Europe as well, and it's linked to FIBA, and FIBA have broadcasting rights with Todd and BN for international games. We're obviously the broadcaster of the domestic league in the UAE, which is the UAE Basketball Federation League. So, you know, Smashi TV are the digital broadcaster of all Al Nasser's games, all Sharjah's games, etc., etc. So, you know, we're looking at the commercial viability of domestic basketball, and they're sort of saying, well, but I think though the economic benefit of Dubai Basketball is also linked to, you know, Dubai Tourism's logo is at the back of their jersey. So while he will want to be sustainable, there's also like a strategic positioning of having a team with the city name on it, like
Yeah.
New York Knicks or whatever, or San Francisco 49ers or whatever sport you're looking at. So having the fact that people can buy the jersey and having that sort of that feel good sports linked to your city, like Dubai basketball, is also going to be economically beneficial.
Because on social media, whenever I see stories, I see a lot of people at the games. The ticket, I don't know how much the ticket prices are, but a lot of people go to these games. They're usually at least 3/4 full. Interesting that they're going for this strategy, but there's another brand from the region. It's a luxury fragrance brand, Kayali, and they've announced a 250,000 donation to Doctors Without Borders, which is Médecins Sans MSF, or some Frontiers, something, also known as Médecins Sans Frontiers, to support emergency medical relief efforts in Sudan. The contribution marks the launch of Kayali Cares, so it's a CSR initiative from Kayali, the brand, which is led by Mona Katan. It was started by Huda Katan and Mona Katan both, but now General Atlantic and Mona own it. And it's the brand's first ever charitable initiative and underscores a growing focus on humanitarian action within the global beauty industry. And it's founded by, obviously, the two sisters. We've seen Huda Katan give out so much money to this same cause, Doctors Without Borders. And now Kayali has jumped in and she also has created Kayali Cares. Sudan is going through a humanitarian crisis with millions of people in need of emergency medical care. My usual suspect with me, Worth, is from Sudan.
Yeah.
She could have thrown more light on it, but it's just the point that brands in the region, we always talk about the Western brands going all out, cutthroat, business savvy only, but business with CSR activities, with ethics and morals. I think this is one of the examples where $250,000 is not a small amount, and it will help the people in Sudan. Huda Katan has mostly given out, she gave out $1 million. She actually did a poll on her post. She put up a post and she was like, you tell us where we should send this $1 million. And this Doctor Without Borders firm, they were named by a lot of people and they got the $1 million. So she usually did it for Gaza. Now Kayali is doing it for Sudan. Rich, CSR activities in business, very important.
Yeah, it is, and I think it is important, and I think there's going to be more evolution to charities and to humanitarian initiatives here, and there's obviously philanthropic initiatives, right? We have the Al Ghar Foundation, which is quite well established. We obviously have government-led ones like Dubai Cares and things like that. So, and obviously in the Muslim world, zakat is important.
Very important.
Very important. And I think it's good to see leadership at this level doing things like this. But also, like, in other parts of the world, charity is a tax write-off. Yeah. Like in the US, people are just throwing out hundreds of thousands of dollars to charities before the end of the year, just to sort of tick some boxes and stuff. So you just hope that charities continue to be governed well. And obviously it's terrible what's happening in Sudan, the humanitarian strife there and in other parts of the region. So any goodwill towards here from any source is good.
And the Way Charity Foundation is also accepting crypto starting this month, starting 2026. Very interesting update on this also. So let's see where it goes. This is it for today. Thank you so much for joining us on the Smashi Business Show. You can subscribe to our newsletter. You can, if you want your news on WhatsApp, if you want your news on Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever you want your news, we're there. Just Google or search for on that platform Smashi Business, and we'll be there. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the production team. We never say thank you to them, but I try to. But thank you so much. This is the Smashi Business Show, Smashi Business Production, part of the Augustus Media Podcast Network. A big shout out to our more than 2 million monthly listeners across all platforms. You guys make this possible, truly. Thank you very much. Have a great day. We'll see you on Thursday now, but on Friday we'll see you from the 1 billion followers summit, inshallah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.